Bro. I know you guys saw the flyer this week. We are in part 2 of our youth series. And, last week, KK blew it out the water, as we touched on some very relevant topics like mental health and deaths among young people and school, women. And you all know the reason why I decided to do this series was because I feel like a lot of the youth that I talk to, and these youngins that we having on here now are going into adulthood. They're in their senior year, they're about to go to college. But when I talk to them, I feel like a lot of times their problems aren't taken as seriously as adult problems are. And I feel like they carry a lot of weight, even though they're younger. So I want to welcome who I call Pastor. Welcome to the show tonight, Tyler. Thank you for coming on. I know you just got off a flight. I know you are a busy young man already. And, I don't waste any time in hopping into the very first question, guys. So, Pastor, I will say, why do you think that I call you Pastor? Your name is Tyler. It doesn't sound anything like Pastor.
Right.
What makes you think I call you that?
See, it's not just you that call me pastor. A lot of people call me pastor in and out the church. I really don't know what it is. I feel like it's something that y'all see in me. I'm not sure. I think it's something that y'all see in me that I don't see in myself. But it must be true since y'all always call me. So
that's crazy to me because I know you because you come to my hair salon.
Right.
And when you initially started coming, I thought you were this quiet, shut off guy. You didn't say much of anything. You would say hi and you said, don't brush my hair hard. And that was it, But I will say, after you started opening up, I was pleasantly surprised at the conversations that we started to have.
Right.
So I will say the reason why I call you pastor is because of your wisdom at such a young age. You are very wise, and it seems like it's pretty natural to you. The way you speak and the way you lead, like you have a, how can I put it? I'm not easily influenced, but you had an influence on me. Like when I listened to you talk and we would exchange information, I felt like I could receive counsel from you.
Right.
That's a big deal to be able to say that you can give Rose some counsel, and you can learn from anybody though.
Absolutely.
But you definitely have the gift of influence. And it takes me back because I remember when somebody told me that when I was younger. And I like you, I didn't understand what they meant until years later. But to me, the gift of influence means that you can change the environment. Some people are followers.
Absolutely.
Some people are not meant to lead. But for you, it's like when you come into a room, you don't really have to even say anything. You exude this power and you just walk around, you move around, and people just, I don't know, it's something that just flies off you. Like if you come in a room and you say, let's pop the Moet bottles or let's pop the Douce, people probably gonna want to do that. But if you come in and be like, y'all, I need to get back in by 9:30 because I know I gotta get up and go to class tomorrow morning, they probably gonna do that.
Right.
All right, so let's get into your life.
Okay.
Now, the first thing I like to talk about with y'all is the women. Y'all love lives is crazy to me. I can't lie. When I was a teenager, we were in relationships. You know what I mean? We dated and things like that. But I think now it's a whole nother level. Going to prom looks like people are going to a wedding.
Oh yeah, they take it real serious. they are ready, like, yeah.
Did you take it real seriously?
Not really, no. I did it more so for my mother than I did it for myself. I'm not really in tune with the school orchestrated events like that, but I knew my mother really wanted me to go. She really wanted to see one of her kids go to prom. So I was like, I'm gonna make it happen for her.
Did you take a date to prom?
I did not.
Why? I know the girls are fighting over you.
I couldn't find anybody in time. Like the girls I have found were either too far out or it was too late, like, too little, too late, like the day before type stuff.
Oh yeah, you was not tripping.
Yeah, I was like, nah, it's all right.
So tell me some things about your love life. I know that you have dated, and I know that you went through a real hard breakup.
Right.
Let's talk about your breakup.
So me and the girl were together for a couple months. And things was going good, but I ended up breaking up with her and she cheated.
She cheated.
Yes, she cheated.
Did it shock you that she cheated?
It did because it didn't look like it was something in her character. She'd never be the type to cheat. Everybody even was like, "Well, she cheated. She cheated." Yes, she cheated. So I was just like, "Dang."
Would you say that that's like your first like serious relationship?
Absolutely, I took it serious, and it was an emotional pain. Like it wasn't like a physical pain. Like if she had sex with somebody else, it was a different type of cheating. It was an emotional type of cheating. So that was just one of them hurts that you can't get out. Like it just hurts you inside. I don't know how to explain it.
No, you just explained it just right for us. You do realize that that's stuff that adults go through. And now I gotta respect you, a grown man now. You know, I know how y'all are. When I talk to you, you know, you like, look, I'm coming out of high school, I'm grown. And you know, I respect you as such. But to hear you say things like that, you know, she cheated emotionally. So what do you mean by she cheated emotionally?
Like giving another person her time, her energy, her conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I found out they was texting. They've been texting for months. They was texting. I caught her lying. Like she was sitting on dude lap taking pictures, looking happy with him. Like I'm like, you looking happy with another person? He makes you happy? Like what? So it's just something that really hurt me inside. Like it wasn't nothing physical. And then like I went home. I just didn't want to tell nobody. My mom was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Now, question: did it make you feel now? Breakups can make you feel like, what did I do? And they can make
Right.
you feel less attractive and
Absolutely.
things like that. Like, did it take your whole swag down a little bit?
It did for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it did for a little bit. It made me think, what did I do wrong? Why wasn't I good enough? But then I realized this really hurt. She's the one that lost. She took that loss. You feel me?
Yeah, because you going places fast.
Oh yeah. Surely I thought.
I know.
Surely.
Now, question: did she ever try to come back?
No.
Dang.
Like she knew she couldn't come back. I wouldn't give her the opportunity to come back. It was like, you're done. You're blocked on everything. Like, you got to go. We can't be friends. We can't be cool. We can't.
Now, I will say this. I applaud you on that. See, it's important that when you're young and you about to sprout, you about to go to school, you are a star. You're good looking. You know, I know you're going to have bag. I know money ain't going to be no problem.
Right.
So it's important that your self-value is high.
Absolutely.
And that you know your yeses and your nos. So do you think, what do you think made it easy for you to say, I'm not going to stay with you even though you mistreating me and you cheating on me?
I deserve better. Simple as that. I know I can get better, so I will get better. I deserve better. I treated you good. You didn't treat me back. Okay, next I'm gonna go get somebody that know how to treat me right.
I'm
like,
finna go.
Yeah, like no.
That's why you're my guy. And you know it's sad, but you do know it's adults that have struggles with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another question I have: was it hard, even though you knew that? Was it hard? Like, did you have to work against yourself to make that decision?
Oh my gosh, yes. Like I was like, I love this girl so much, bro. Like, I love her to death. And I was like, is she worth giving a second chance? I'm like, I'm in love with her, yes. But at the same time, look at it. Like, let's really step back and look. She didn't give you the time of day. She didn't treat you how you treated her. She didn't do all these things. She didn't make these sacrifices like I did. She didn't give me the time of day. Like I just had to look at it for what it was. She was a parasite. She was gaining all that from me, and I wasn't getting nothing back in return. You feel me? So I had to cut it.
Dang, I'm so proud.
Yeah, I was like,
okay, I want to get some shout outs. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Hey, Heath, hey, Heath, how are you? Mark, thanks for tuning in. Yolanda, hey sis, how you doing? Kenneth, thank you for tuning in. And Mike, you know you're a regular. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. Now, I will say this, you know, and for those who are just tuning in, we have Tyler on the show tonight, and I call Tyler pastor because I believe that one day he will be a pastor, and even though he doesn't see that yet. So you guys tell me what you think about that at the end of the show. Now, as far as women are concerned, because I really like to talk to the guys about women, even young guys. Now, do older women ever try to approach you?
Not really approach. It's more like real subtle. Like they're like, oh yeah, okay, baby. You know, like they try to sneak it in like real subtle. I'm like, she's trying to flirt with me right now. Yeah, no,
oh my God. So like, can you tell like certain older women like that you could really go at and maybe able to get some play?
Yeah.
Oh
You
my
can you can make
gosh.
the difference. Like, you can look at it.
You
Like,
can tell?
yes, like yes, they will give you the box. Yes, they will.
Oh my God. So like what do they be doing? Like what signs? Because I want to make sure I don't never come close to
I'll be with my family too. I'll be with my mom. Like, always be walking. Like, matter of fact, I'll give you an example. I was getting fitted for prom, and there was this older woman behind the counter getting me fitted or whatever, and she was fitting me. She was touching up on me. She's like, "Oh yeah, you real slick, ain't you? Like you real slim." And she's like, "Aren't you?" She's giving me laughing to giggle. I'm like, "Is she funny right now?" I was like, "You supposed to be fitting me, yo? Like what's going on?"
she feeling on you.
Oh yeah, she was looking at me and all that.
Like, do women ever be doing stuff like bending over inappropriately and stuff like that? Because I know in the shop, I've seen it.
Really?
In the salon, like when we've had young barbers,
right.
I've seen women do it. And that's what made me ask. And like, even my nephews, I'm like, and my nephews have actually knocked down older women. Oh. And I mean, they have not talked about what they could get. I'm really, it's concerning to me.
Mm.
You know, and I even had a couple of clients, you know, where guys, I mean, I've had high school guys that got grown women pregnant. Like, this is really a thing. That's why I'm asking about it and want to make sure you handling these things appropriately, man. You got to be strong.
Yeah, no, it happens in my high school too.
What?
Yes, there's a teacher at my high school that like on a regular has sex with children in my school.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Oh, you about to send somebody to jail?
yes. Like it's a thing. Like all the dudes will be hanging out in her classroom. They never be in the class though. Like they'll never be enrolled in that class.
And it's like something that's not. It's not public.
I mean, everybody knows. Like it's all the way out there. It's all the athletes there. Like they just be cooling right there.
Are you serious? And they knocking her down?
That's what I heard. I mean, she's like she wearing a tight dress at the school. She's doing all that. Like she's playing along. She's playing it too.
And how do you view her? Do you view her like wife material? Or do you view her like a hoe?
Hoe. I mean, like, how could you? That's not righteous. That's not righteous of you. You over here, you know, showing your body and stuff to a bunch of high schoolers, doing whatever you're doing with them behind closed doors. We don't know. So it's like, that's not
right.
That's not P, bro.
So what kind of young ladies gets your attention? You know what I mean? Like when you see a young lady and you feel, because I know even though you had that bad breakup, did that keep you from dating? Yeah, it seemed like you moved along real good.
No. What I look for in a girl, like when I first look at a girl, I'm like, oh yeah, the outside appearance, you know, obviously I want to be attracted to that woman, but also what are your like what's inside, like for real? Like what are your thoughts? Like how's your content? How's your character? Like that's what really sells me. Like you can look good, okay, cool. But if you know how to keep a conversation with me, that's something that I value that for sure.
Do you value that over her looks?
A conversation?
Right.
It has to be a matching thing. Like I can't not find you attractive and then you be like talking like, all right, cool, yeah, we can have a little conversation, but you got to be attracted too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just goes hand in hand.
Yeah, because
you can't have one without the other.
That's right. And I have actually seen some of the young ladies that you dated. You know, I've seen some of the pictures of the young ladies that you dated, and you date some really attractive young ladies. Right. But I did take note on a couple of the young ladies that you had mentioned. You know what I mean? No names. But you talked about things that were very important. Like, I was like, what made you like her? You know, she is pretty. And you would talk about her drive.
Yeah.
You know, her focus.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're really in tune with your craft, yeah, let's go get it. I'm supporting that. That's
let's go get it.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about a little bit of where you from. Where are you from originally?
I was born in Florida, but I grew up most of my life PG County, Maryland. So
okay.
That's where I'm from.
And why did your family move to Maryland?
There wasn't much in Florida. You know, my father and my mother really wasn't much in there. Like they split, whatever. He was on some abusive stuff. Wasn't much money to be made in legal means, at least I should say. So she wanted to move. He wanted to stay. How we ended up.
So your father was in the streets.
Yeah. My mom told me. I gotta remember this. I gotta make sure I tell this right. He was selling crack out of some spot, but they was getting threatened to be kicked out. At this point, she has her oldest, which is my older brother, me, and then my younger sister, all children, all like babies. So he didn't stop. I guess she left. They tell me about all types of stuff, like how they be fighting and all that.
So what is your relationship like with your father now? Did he stay in Florida?
Yeah, he stayed in Florida. He's still in Florida to this day. I wouldn't call it much of a relationship. I don't talk to him much. I don't communicate with him much. If I do communicate with him, it's like years or months and months and months and months and months apart. And it's not really much conversation. It's more like, hey, what's going on? Gotta miss you. Hang up. It's really that it. It's not really much of a relationship. It's not much being talked about. So
Okay, you seem like a really well-rounded guy, but are you at a point in your life now where you can look at that situation and see if that has affected you?
yes.
So how do you think your father being in Florida and not being around has affected you?
I would say it makes me question myself. How can I be a man when I had no man in my life? How can I raise a family when I have nobody to look at? It's just those things that I really come around and question myself. How am I going to teach my son how to be a man if I didn't have a father myself? So it's like I got to give my son the father that I never had. You got to play off, like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. Do you fear guys think totally different from females.
Right.
So a lot of times, it seems to me that men have more of a fear of duplicating
Yeah.
things or repeating a cycle from their dad. Like, do you feel like you would lack as a dad?
I do. I feel like I really feel like I'm just not there for my family. Obviously, I want to be there. I'm going to be there. I made that decision myself because I'm like, dang, I see what I don't have. I want to give my kids exactly what I didn't have. So that's something that I will never want to do to my children because different people act differently. Like this could have made me turn out an entirely different way, but because I'm the person that I am, I persevered and I am who I am today. Also, thanks to my mother, of course, my mother for raising me on her own. Shout out to you, Mom. But
right.
Yeah, it could have went totally different ways. So it's just like, dang. It's just dang.
Yeah, I will have to be honest with you. Just from meeting you and talking to you, and even though you are a very young man, I'm selective on who I bring on for this series because I didn't want no boring, dry,
right,
less than authentic young people.
Right.
You know what I mean? All jokes to the side. Nah, all of you guys are special to me. All young people are special, so I got to watch my words. But I will say you are, like I said, your gift is influence. And I could not ever imagine you failing at anything that you put your mind to. Now, tell me some things about you getting robbed. I know you had a situation that when I asked you about the worst experiences in your life, you named that as one of them. Right. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically I got robbed of like first place at a conference meet for wrestling in high school. I was winning. And I really think it was some racism stuff going on because even my coach was like, oh, yeah, you should have won that one. I was up like 9-3 and it was the last period. But throughout the whole match, he was doing illegal things. Like he was stalling. He wasn't moving around.
Was he white?
Yes. Him and the ref was white. The dude that I was going against, it was both white. And he would never call anything on the dude. But when it would come time for me to wrestle, like we're both wrestling, he would call stalling. He would go all these things on me, but he wouldn't call nothing on the dude. And the dude actually won off of that, off of not doing anything. He was stalling. It made me so mad. Like I ended up getting second place, and my coaches told me, "Yeah, you should have won that one." But I'm like, dang.
So how did that affect you? Like, was that the first time? I mean, honestly, it sounds because you are not a sore loser. So you would have been, I mean, when I say that, I mean that you wouldn't lie about the facts.
Oh, yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, if he was a better man at the sport.
I would have shook his hand and walked up the mat like a real man.
Exactly, and I know that. So the fact that you knew for a fact that this guy wasn't making the calls he was supposed to make, was that like your firsthand experiencing racism?
No, I have experienced racism other ways, like just minor things. But I'll say this is the first major thing. So I just remember like just laying down on the mat, looking up in the sky like, bro, I really just lost. And I just stormed off the mat, went to the locker room, started just punching everything, just crying. Like I was just enraged about how I just lost. And I worked so hard, like relative, obviously, but I was working still, regardless. I was working hard, like every single day. Even when nobody else would come in the room, like we only had a couple dudes on the team, 3 dudes. A regular wrestling team is 14 people. I still went in every single day. Every day I went in there and worked hard. And to see it all fall, it was bad.
Do you think that the reason why you were so pissed was because it was of racism and that you had really won the match?
Yeah, that's a fact. Yes, for sure. I outworked that man, like for real. I outworked him. So to give him the win, it was just like
This is crazy.
Yeah, just like this ain't right, bro.
So when you look at other athletes and you see things like racism and things like that, does it strike a nerve for you now?
Yes, because it's a different type of anger when you're competing and they do that to you and they cheat you out of something that you want. It's a different type of anger. You will never know for real until you're in those shoes, until you're that athlete competing and they say something or they do something that's unjust. It makes you so mad. It's frightening.
Yeah, you know what? Did that make you start to? Sometimes people go through things like that, and it makes them like start looking at the world differently. And I'm hoping that wasn't the case with you. Like, did it make you just dislike white people altogether?
No, not at all. I'm not gonna hold one bad thing against everybody. You feel me? That's one bad experience. Not the entire white population that acts like this. I know that for a fact. So no, I don't hate white people. I don't have a prejudice towards them or that's like that.
No, that's good right there. That's real good. Well, now I will ask this. As far as mental health is concerned, you know, that's a big deal.
Yes.
I have never seen mental health off the Richter scales like it is now.
Yes.
It is everywhere. And I will say in the white community, they've been doing therapy for years.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the Black community, I think that the mental health tools are being used more in our community. I'm hearing a lot of Black people saying they're going to therapy and things like that. And this was not always the case.
Absolutely.
So have you ever had struggles with mental health?
I have. I have months and months at a time. I have.
Really?
Yes.
And when you started experiencing your mental health issues, how did you know something was wrong?
Because I had never questioned my existence like how I did when I had those issues. I was like, oh yeah, I got a purpose. I'm here. I'm here to educate those who don't know about the word of God. I'm here to spread it. I'm here to do my thing. But at that time, I was just like, no, really, why am I here? Like,
hold up, wait. What? You were spreading some word?
Of course, that's what I think. That's my goal. That's what we're here for.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Spread that word. Absolutely.
And you wonder why they call you.
Right.
You know, not everybody your age is, or are all your friends in that same mindset.
No, they're not. I'll be trying to preach to my friends. That's what I be doing.
I mean, you said you didn't know, but I think it's kind of coming out at the table.
Yeah.
So we talking about your mental health issues, and you know, normally your mind frame, you know, at 17 is to say, and even before, I'm guessing, is to spread the word of God.
Right. Can we backtrack a little bit about the mental health?
Yeah, that's
so. I take mental health really serious now, like super serious, because I've had 2 people that have killed themselves over that. Two personal friends of mine that I know personally.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was on the news and all that. She was in 9th grade. I'm not gonna say her name for like personal reasons, but she was in 9th grade. We just had gotten to 9th grade too at that, and she was getting bullied. There was some other things going on with like boyfriend issues or whatever, and she ended up going home and like shooting herself in the head with her stepfather's gun and killing herself. And it hit the school pretty hard. It hit me pretty hard. I went to her funeral and everything. Like, it was just bad. And to see the other side of her life that we didn't get to see. Like, I was her friend. I was like school friend. Cool. I went there. Her brother was there. They was telling me about how she was out of school. So it's like, you never really know that she had a whole other side of her life that nobody will ever get to see now that she's gone.
Oh my goodness.
Another friend of mine's, it was a couple years back. He had overdosed on pills, I think. It was some girl troubles. Some girl troubles got him, and he ended up killing himself. And it was just like, dang, these are people that I knew personally, like from middle school. These are people that I was friends with in the other guys. So it just shocked me to see somebody my age. It could have been me. It could have been my homeboy. It could have been anybody. You feel me? In my age group. So it just shocked me. I'm like, dang, thinking about myself in that type of situation.
That's wild. And can you remember what you were doing? I'm gonna go way back. I want to go into that.
Right.
When you got the news about the young lady shooting herself, do you remember where you were and what you were doing?
I do. So it was at my old school. I was at my old school. I was in musicianship class, and they had played it on the announcements, actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They just brought it across the whole announcements while y'all was in class.
Yes, it was something like we lost a student. They didn't really go into detail, but I remember going outside and seeing a bunch of people running around crying, like people that knew it personally. I saw a couple of my friends crying, sitting down on the ground, crying their eyes out, like, yes, it really happened. So I was just like, dang, it was surreal to me. It was like, what? Like I was like, and I just saw her the other day, like yesterday type stuff. I just saw her. I was like, checking on her, what's going on? You good? You never really know. You never really know. She seemed fine yesterday. Next day she's gone. So it's just like, you never really know. It's I take it seriously now. I take it real serious.
So with the young man that OD'd over the female,
right?
Did you know the female that he was dating?
I did not.
Okay.
See, and maybe that's part of one of the reasons there wasn't enough people checking up on him. Maybe like he didn't have enough people to talk to. But I got like I said, I got the news like everybody else did. He had OD'd and it was bad.
And how did it make you feel that he OD'd over a woman, over a young lady?
If he it made me think like, what if I was there to help him, to guide him? Like, listen, bro, that's not the only one. That is not the only one that you're going to see. You're going to see plenty other females that could be better than her, potentially. So I wouldn't worry myself with her. You feel me? Go live your life. Go continue to elevate yourself and to get you right. Like get your mind right.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, you went through the breakup with the young lady and you were able to bounce back.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You see how you are? You like, oh, yeah. But you never know what losses are going to hit you like.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just never really know. You never know.
I feel you.
All right. So would you say that is it any more moments in your life, like low moments in your life that you think would surprise people if you told it? Like if they be like, I would have never thought that about Tyler, or something that you do in your spare time or private time or think in your mind that people would be shocked at if you revealed it.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, I think I got everything. Maybe there is something else, but I just can't.
You're pretty much of an open book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you hang with a lot of people? Like, are you the type of guy to come in the room and it's 10 of y'all, the whole squad hanging together? Or are you the type of guy to kind of be by yourself?
It depends. I can turn it on and off. Like, if I don't want to socialize and stuff, I'll just chill. But I do have a nice, I got a bunch of friend groups that I'm a part of. So if I want to go socialize with them, I will. Just a switch.
I know in high school, I know a lot of people say that. See, now I'm in and out the high schools a lot.
Right.
And it's real. Guns are being recovered.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we went into one high school. I went for a meeting and a young man had brought a duffel bag of guns to school.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have seen some real things.
Oh, yeah.
You dealing with bomb threats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been at school and there was a bomb threat?
Yeah. We had several. We had 14 when the school year was over at my old school.
What?
Oh, yeah. People was threatening to blow up the school all the time. It was crazy. It was crazy.
So what's the procedure for that? If you guys have a bomb threat, are they training you guys on things to do?
No, they are not.
So how do they make you guys aware that it's a bomb threat?
Usually we'll know after the fact. Like we'll go home, we'll get a letter in the mail. Oh, somebody such and such has made a threat to blah, blah, blah high school.
So did that make you feel differently about going to school?
It did. But after a while, you just got used to it. Like, it was like, oh, another threat.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was that bad.
All right, so let's go back. So, the first time that you guys had a bomb threat, What did you feel like when it was time to go back to school?
I was like, what am I going back to school for? Them people were crazy. Did y'all get him? Like, get that boy out of the school? Because what am I going back to school for to get blown up? No.
So hold up. It was a student?
Yeah. These are students making these.
What?
Yes. These are students making these threats.
All right, now you know I'm about to go hard. I'm about to go real hard. Black people normally not the ones making bomb threats.
Yes. I do know it was black people making some of them.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's shocking. So do you think they were doing this because they wanted to get out of school early, or do you think?
I know. Okay, so one of the threats, at least I would say, at least for one instance, I know exactly who made the threat, and they were twins, and they got bullied a lot. I think they had some sort of disability to them. I'm not really sure, but they always got bullied a lot. So I feel like maybe that was part of the issue.
Were they removed from the school?
No, they were not.
Oh no. You see what I'm saying?
No, they were
now
not.
This is the foolishness that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody makes a bomb threat, And the things that we are seeing with schools being shot up and bombs being blown up,
Right.
I feel like people should be removed from the school.
Absolutely.
You need to put them on a virtual move. blow the house up.
Right. Don't blow the school up.
Don't blow the school up. You can't come up in here. Now that's bizarre. That's weird to me. So what was it like put out amongst everybody else? Like, did y'all all know that they were the ones that did it?
No, they did. They never like told the identity of the students that did it. So it could have been hella people, but I know for a fact that it was those two kids.
Oh my God. And it's crazy because people sitting right in class with them and you don't even know.
Yeah.
You're not even on.
All type of crazy stuff. People pulling knives on people bringing guns to school, like you said. Just the other day, I got out Friday. I think that was my last official day of school, and then I'll come back and graduate. Whatever. Friday, somebody that recovered a gun. They recovered a gun at the school, and that's when we had an event at the school. We had a big old water gun fight type event for the seniors. So who knows? He could have tried to unload on all of us.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's real wild. All right, so what are your plans now? You coming out of high school, right. As y'all say, you're a grown man now, though. So are you afraid to go to college?
No.
Or you feel like you ready?
I wouldn't say I'm ready, 100%, but I do want to go to college. Yes, I'm not afraid to go to college. I can say that much for sure.
So have you been approved for any colleges?
Yes, I got accepted and all that. I'm good to go.
You committed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a private thing or is it released where you going?
Excuse me. I didn't officially post it yet, but it's not a secret.
All right. Well, we don't got to discuss it. I'll wait till you post it. That's
right.
Cool.
Yeah. It was
so I will say this. Are you moving away?
I am. I'm going to be living on campus.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you getting out of here. Are you going to be the only one from your clique going to your school?
I know one girl that I went to middle and high school with that's going there. But apart from that, I don't know. But I do know people that's going to be there. I met a lot of people that's going to be there. So it's going to be cool.
Now, when people ask you what you see yourself doing when you're 18 years old, sometimes them things change over a lifetime. But for right now, what do you feel like your goals are?
To become a vet. I want to study to become a vet.
Okay.
That's really it. Animals are my passion. Agriculture is a passion of mine.
So have you always loved animals?
I have. I've always been outside. I've always.
Oh God! All right.
I was one of those.
Oh Lord! So you done brought stray animals to the house and everything.
Yeah, that was definitely me.
All right, so you gotta tell me a couple of stories about that. So how does that work? When you see animals outside, tell me some stories about animals that you found and brought back to the house that was hilarious.
I used to bring frogs.
What?
Yes, I used to have pet frogs. Try to bring them back in the house and all that.
Did you used to sneak them in the house?
Yeah.
Oh man. This is what I'm saying. So
yeah, frogs, lizards. I used to try to capture the insects too.
So out of all the animals in the world, you led to the reptiles.
Right.
So do you like snakes?
Snakes are cool. I'll get a pet snake.
For real?
Yeah.
Ugh,
I'll get a pet rat too. Rats are cool.
This is weird. Now, out of all the animals, you know what I mean?
I love dogs and stuff too, obviously, but I just like all animals.
So I remember we had a conversation not too long ago. A friend of mine and I was riding up Piscataway Road, and it was late at night, and I was kind of dipping, and it was a Benz in front of me. I was trying to keep up, but boom, the Benz in front of me smacked this cat, and the cat flew back.
Dang.
And I watched the cat fly. And I felt horrible. You know what I'm saying? I just felt bad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It just bothered me. And the Benz, I don't even think they realized what they had hit.
I just kept going?
Yeah, because the cat flew back.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So they kind of kept it moving. Now, I felt so bad. Do you think that you would have stopped and went and seen about the cat?
I mean, it depends. If they really hit that junk going to 100 and I know it's not coming back from that, I probably would have kept going. But if I see the cat still moving, struggling for life, yeah, I'm gonna try to help out. Call the vet office. I'm like, yo, I got a cat. I'm on the way. You gotta save this one, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Wow, that's cool. All right. So as far as money is concerned and family is concerned, do you feel like you gonna be the type that you looking for a girlfriend? You feeling thirsty? What's your thoughts on women in college?
I want to live a single life. traditionally, I've been used to the boyfriend girlfriend, the traditional college relationship. I'm just like, let me be single for a little bit. I'm young. Ain't no need to get tied down right now. Now this could change. I could go there and see somebody that I really, really, really want. Like I really mess with. So I'm like, okay, maybe. But it's like as of right now, my mindset going in is to be single. I want to live life. I want to have fun.
All right, and I always talk to my young man. I love talking to y'all when y'all going to school because, I just be hoping that y'all mind is on the up and up. Now,
Right.
as far as have you had friends that got any girls pregnant?
No, but I do know a dude that had a baby last month. Yeah, with this one girl in my school. It was crazy.
Now, how did he feel about that?
Oh, they just had the baby. I mean, I can't. I don't really know like truly, but from
You just
outside
know from the
looking
outside
in,
looking
yeah,
in.
they happy family type stuff. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's dope.
Like, do you feel like having kids too young? And since I call you pastor,
Right.
so I just see things in you. What's your mindset on? Do you believe that it's okay to have kids outside of marriage? Do you think you should be married? Like, how many kids do you want?
Right.
Do you think about them things?
I do. So for the like premarital, like babies or whatever, I don't really know because one thing about marriage nowadays is it's really ended up in divorce a lot, and the biggest problem is financial. That's the biggest thing, like killing all the marriages. So if you do get into marriage, that messes up. Somebody's been unfaithful, whatever. But you don't have kids, without them. Like you do have kids without a marriage, that could be fine too. So I don't know. I guess it depends on the person, really. Like, you just got to find what works for you. If you're gonna be married and you're gonna be solid, y'all both gonna be solid on y'all ends. Y'all have y'all kids, cool. Y'all not gonna be married. Do whatever y'all do, cool. As long as I take care of them kids.
Yep.
But for me, I want to have a wife and I want to have kids.
Right. So I guess my bigger question for my young dogs and for the young ladies when y'all leave and go to college is, what's your plan to keep that from happening?
Well, keeping babies.
Right.
Condoms.
Right. And then, a lot of times I know, because I keep it real with y'all.
Yeah.
We talk real good.
Right.
It's a lot of long, drunk nights up in college sometimes. It's a lot of wild stuff. And, you got to be focused because 1 second, you know what I'm saying? 2 minutes, that's all it takes.
Yep.
And you just got to stay strapped. And a lot of people not. I talk to a lot of my young dogs and they not.
Yeah, for me, for my first time, I wasn't. I was wrong.
Yeah. And like you took a risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because my father died of AIDS.
Really?
Yeah, so I always took that pretty seriously.
Right.
I ain't always do the right thing.
Right.
People kill people act like they always did right.
Right.
That's not always the truth. But I tell you what, when I went to church on Sunday and they was having the free AIDS testing, I'd be walking the walk of shame back there. Like, God, please, don't let it be me.
Right.
Yeah, but it's all about decisions.
Absolutely.
When you go to school, this is going to be a new level of freedom for y'all.
Yeah.
So what's your take on drugs?
Now, we talking about drugs, we talking about just weed, or we talking about like real hard stuff like ecstasy, all that other stuff?
Do you have people around you that's doing hard drugs?
Perks and stuff, yeah. I know dudes that take perks and all that.
Really?
Yeah.
Do athletes do it?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm not trying to out everybody, you feel me? But I don't really be doing all that hard stuff. A lot of people do. A lot of athletes do hard drugs. That is the thing.
Man, and like, I know you always been an athlete.
Right.
So when you see that, has it ever shocked you that some of the athletes you kind of admire was doing that kind of stuff? Yeah,
it's like, I would have thought you was more focused on, the game. Right. Excuse me.
You good.
Instead of doing all this, for whatever recreational use, I just would have thought they would have just been more focused. That's my thing. Because if I'm doing my sport, the last thing I worry about is a perk or smoking or getting high. I'm trying to lock in to get this done.
Yeah. Do you think that they do it because they need it?
Maybe they may have came like addicted, dependent, whatever. That is a possibility. Yeah.
So have you ever tried any drugs?
I have smoked weed before.
Okay, so you never tried ecstasy or anything like that?
Hell no, and I'm not going to either. That's too much. That's way too much.
That's good. So when you try weed, like, what made you try it?
I just wanted to. I was like, it's not something I would like, but I'm gonna try it anyway, just in case, because maybe it's something I want to do. And I soon figured out it's not something for me. It's just not for me.
What did you feel like when you got high?
I was just like, bro, I was out of it. Like, what? I was tweaking. Like everybody was like, my family was laughing at me because I was like, bro, I was trying to hold it together. Like they literally said I walked out the car doing this, trying to get it together. Like I was just trying. I was like, gotta get it together. I was trying to get it together, but I was just gone.
So you good? Have you ever tried alcohol?
I have.
Okay, so how old were you when you tried alcohol for the first time?
Like 12 or 13.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that like a normal thing for you?
Or drinking?
Yeah.
I don't drink often, well, at all, really. I don't like alcohol. I don't like the taste of it, so I don't drink.
So that's good.
When I tried it, it was just like, oh, let's try it. It's not something I'm going to be taking seriously.
That's a plus for me.
Yeah, no. It's not something for me either.
I got you. So as far as you being called pastor, right? When was the first time that somebody told you they thought you was going to be a pastor? Do you remember that?
I don't remember the exact first time, but I can recall the first person that ever said it to me was my Aunt Tiff. She definitely told me that first. Like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a pastor. That was like when I was back in like working my ministries or whatever. Because I used to do dance. I used to do dance in church, and then I did like other various things like the youth.
When you say dance in church, elaborate.
Like the liturgical dancing in church.
You did that?
Oh yeah.
So what did that look like for a guy?
It wasn't too many guys doing it.
Hold up now. We got to talk about this because when I think about liturgical dances, all I can see is the girls with the flags and the little skirts.
Yep, they did the flags. We did those. That was like a whole nother thing. But for the dancers, we had our little, well, it changed depending on what dance we was doing. But we had all our fits, situated and all that.
So what was you doing while the girls was doing the flags?
They was doing their flags and I was doing my little dance. Whatever we went through in practice.
So was you doing like the little thing where it's like this? Okay,
we was doing all that.
Did you used to paint your face?
Yeah, we did all that.
Okay, cool. I wish we would have had a clip of that. I would have loved.
It is on YouTube.
Oh man, I wish we would have had a clip of that. Oh my God, I know you was out of town, so we didn't want to bother you while you was on your trip.
Right.
So you did that ministry, you did the dance ministry, and what else?
Right, and just the youth stuff, like the youth church and all that.
So did they let you lead? What did youth ministry look like for you?
For me, I'll never forget it because I think this is the first time that somebody called me pastor, like before everybody realized. And it wasn't just my auntie, it was the church. Like the church knew after that. They told us to go up on stage and preach about something you love. And my mom tell me this till this day. She still tell me this. She said I went up there and preached about sneakers. And
really?
I sold the whole church. Yeah, I remember the church was clapping, rooting and all that. Over some sneakers. But,
so you actually gave a sermon?
Oh yeah, I was up there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right.
That's cool. So now I know you are so busy in school and just trying to progress and build your empire. What do you think your walk with God is going to look like not being connected to your local church anymore?
It's going to be dependent on me for sure. I'm going to have to take that time to pray, to read my my Bible, to fellowship with other like-minded Christians. It's going to be on me to do it. There's not going to be nobody reminding me or like, hey, let's go to church, let's do this, let's go read the Bible. And I know like-minded individuals that I'm cool with at my school that's going to be there with me. So that's a fellowship right there. It's going to be up to me to make sure my relationship with God is good.
A lot of guys that go away to school that did have a really good foundation in the church, right?
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that a lot of times when they go to college, they kind of don't feel the need to do it as much because it's like, mom is not pressing me to do it and things like that. Like, how important is your walk with God, like, to you individually? Do you feel like you've always had to be forced to do it, or do you genuinely like it?
I want to do it. Like, I feel like it's up to me. Like, I need to, like, I tell myself, yo, you need to get right. Like, it's not nobody else. Oh, listen, did you read your Bible today? Did you pray? Did you do this? Did you do that? No. It's up to me. Like I'm going to take that ownership. Like, yeah, I need to get right. That's something I always press myself to do, to get right.
Right. Do you ever have convictions? Do you know what conviction is?
It was explain that.
All right. So a conviction is when you feel like something you're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Because you feel like, not just because it's a cultural thing, but because God doesn't like it.
Right.
And have you ever had convictions like that? It doesn't line up with a Christian's belief system.
Right.
Really?
It was something like a feeling almost. It's like, you shouldn't be doing that. Don't do that. Why are you doing this?
Really?
I don't get it as much as often now, probably because I don't pray as much or I don't do as much as I used to. But I did used to have it.
So you know what it's like to be in tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. And that's wild that you notice that. Because, you know, the more you pray and things like that, it is, the more you can be in tune. And I guess for your life, you know, it's interesting to me, like I said, because we do call you pastor and put a different kind of spin on it. So I just like to hear from you on that. And what's your favorite book of the Bible?
Favorite book of the Bible?
If you have one.
I would say it was, I don't know the exact book, but it was right around they were feasting and stuff. And they had called Judas. It was when.
That's a lot of books of the Bible. Or if it's not a book of the Bible,
story.
Yeah.
Story. Okay, yeah, that's for sure. I remember a couple stories, but the one that I liked the most was probably when God, I think, was telling Peter that he's going to betray him at some certain time. He was like, "I've never betrayed you. I never betray you." And it came time to ride for God. And he lied. He betrayed him, and he was just like, oh, he peeped it. I think it was something with a crow or a raven. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I remember that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's wild. It was just so powerful to me. I was like, dang, like this just made me want to keep reading.
Yeah, because you don't never know. And I know when you go through stuff, you know, wild stuff, it's always a story in the Bible that's wilder or that you can kind of relate to.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, that's good. So, question. I know you talked a lot about, you know, building wealth. How important is it to you to have money?
I want to take care of my family, you know, when I do get one. Oh, my family I have now, obviously, but when I do build my family, I want to take care of myself. I don't want to take care of my family. So it's that important.
So you trying to make good money?
Yeah. I'm not trying to, you know, be the super luxurious lifestyle because that's not what I was brought up in. I know what I can have. Like, I know what I have. I know what's good enough for me, and I know take care of my family. So I just want to take care of my family. I want to have nice things.
That's cool. So now, some guys that are in high school, like, I mean, I have seen, what is those, Alexander McQueen?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How much are those tennis shoes?
Too much. Way too much. They be wearing all type of designer stuff.
Is that your style?
Not really. Like, when it's designer, it's like, bro, it's played out now. You're doing too much now, bro. You're making it, you doing too much, you feel me? So it's like, nah. Like, you're going to rarely see me wear designer.
Right. I know a lot of times I never felt like I needed to have designer.
Right.
I feel like I can look nice and give me some clothes that don't cost too much.
It's all about how you put it together.
It's all about how you put it together. So are you that type of son where, like, if, you know, you had some money, you know what I'm saying, to go out and go shopping, you'll make the most of it, or would you just blow your money on one big thing?
So before I started working, I was like, I was blowing it or whatever. But after I started working and making that money for myself, I'm like, oh, nah, I got to stretch this joint. I can't be buying all that expensive stuff. So I'm definitely going to make that joint stretch.
Nah, that's good right there. So I will say, do you have like any very high moments in your life? Can you remember a moment in your life that you were just like, yes, I'm so happy today. This is a big accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? If so, what would that day have been?
Absolutely. It was freshman year wrestling, because once again, wrestling is my favorite sport. It was my favorite thing to do. It was my piece. So freshman year, I was terrible. And I remember getting my first pin, which is like your first, it's like, I wouldn't say it's not my first win, obviously, but pin is when you is somebody down to the ground. It's like, anyways, I got my first pin at this tournament, and it was my very first pin. And I got up, I was like tearing up. I was so happy because I was so bad. Like, and I was just so happy. I went to tell my coach. My coach didn't care, and I was like, "Hey, I don't care that you don't care. I care." You know, I over here, I was doing my thing. But
you was that
was my. I would probably say that was probably like one of my happiest moments that I can remember.
One of your happiest moments. So I know you're about to move towards, you know, on your flyer, we used your prom picture.
Right.
And, you know, we used your prom picture on my website because it was thebomb.com. Mm-hmm. Like, when you went to prom that night, what was the highlight of prom night?
Highlight of prom was just dancing with my friends. Like, we was just getting lit. It was hot, too. Like, I remember that vividly. It was hot, and we was just dancing. Like, my feet was hurting from how much I was dancing. And it's because I run track, I have shin splints. So my shin splints started messing up and everything. But I was like, I don't care. I'm going to just keep on dancing. And the professional pictures came in today. Like, really? They just came in, so I got to post those. And I'm going to send you those, too.
All right, cool. So were you happy that you went? Because I know at first you weren't even going to go to prom.
Yeah, I wasn't going to go at first, but I was definitely happy. It was definitely an experience that I wouldn't have wanted to miss.
All right. And what's the big deal with people getting hotels, man? Like that's it. That's the thing. Like for us, it wasn't like that. Like when we went to prom and stuff, we had like a cool aunt or a cool uncle where we would go over there and just post up at their house and do whatever we was gonna do.
Right. Now, it was either like it was really two sides to it. Some people would go out to eat afterwards, then go home and go to sleep, whatever. Some people would go to the harbor, get a hotel there, or some people would go straight to the hotel. After parties, I got a hotel. The biggest thing about the hotels is you bring your date. You know what I'm saying? And y'all have sex. I was just keeping it a buck. That's a big thing. It's not even about prom. It's about what's happening after prom.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So this is so wild. So like, do y'all lie to your parents about this?
No, I didn't lie to my mother, but I'm pretty sure it's plenty of people.
Oh my God.
Like, my mother locked in. She already knew it. I didn't have a date, so I was just cooling it. But
oh my goodness.
Now my plan was to meet somebody there and take him back to the telly. But this one girl kept on dancing on her. This one girl would not let me dance with no other people. And I was with her for the whole night, so I didn't meet nobody else.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. She was on my body, like, terribly. And then the other Joan, my ex, she was there, too. She was all mad and stuff. It was funny. Like, it was hilarious.
So you weren't lacking no good thing. The girls just fighting over you.
Yeah.
And you ended up going to the hotel by yourself.
Yeah, I was just cooling. Hey, I was like, I'm about to just go to sleep. You feel me?
No,
because I'm already knowing college is about to be another type of animal. That's all. That's what I told myself. Hey, listen, I'm not partying tonight, but college is definitely gonna be. My get back is gonna be in college.
Yeah, I can tell you really excited about college. I never got to go away to college.
Right.
I didn't start college until I was in my adult years, and everything was online for me. But,
right.
I do see people that got a chance to go to college, and it does. Sometimes it just feels like it gives you a better chance to figure out who you are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think it's any possibility that when you go to college, you're going to change your ideas about being a vet?
I don't know. That's a good question. See, because I'm really set on it now because it's my passion. I love animals. That's never going to change, but I could find something different that I might love just as much.
So you are open to that?
Absolutely.
That's cool.
I'm not closed-minded. I'm going to be open to, whatever.
So mature past it. But yeah, a lot of people go to school and then they end up saying, like, even when I started college, I thought I was going to go to college for one thing. Like, I was so excited about going to school, for Bible stuff.
Right.
And I ended up in psychology.
Yeah. Nah.
So you just never really know.
Yeah, you meet all type of people that got all type of ideas. You may want to do something that they, explain that to me more. Oh, what's this? You feel me? They might introduce you to it. So yeah, I'm open to it.
Yep. So what's your GPA coming out of high school as a senior?
It's like a 3.3 cumulative GPA.
That's good.
I'd see. Okay. Freshman year, I was not on my stuff. Sophomore year wasn't any different, but I started getting better as I got older. I didn't take so many AP classes either. I didn't take any AP classes, actually, only honors classes. But,
no, that's cool.
Hey, I'm in college. You feel me? I'm in my honors program. I'm about to get this cash, so I'm chilling.
It's good. Were you able to get scholarship money?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much did your scholarships cover?
They gave me almost enough for my entire first year. I think I only need like $9,000 more, which I can get. But I'm also in the honors program, which they suggested me to. So I'll be getting money from that. My plan is to get it all paid off. I'm going to find a way to get it all paid off. I don't want nothing coming out of my pockets or my mother's or whoever else's.
That's good that you had that mindset.
Yeah, because college is expensive.
All right, well, we wrapping down. We got like a couple of more minutes left in the show. And, for graduation, do you think you're going to cry when you walk across the stage? Are you that type of guy?
I think I'm going to dance. Probably dance a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to cry. Maybe if I'm like videoing my dudes like, oh, yeah, man, we made it. I might cry right there. But on stage, I'm probably going to dance. I'll just be happy to get
Do you feel like you went through hell to finish school?
I do. I think it was really tough. Like a lot of people it's just a lot of times you want to give up. It's a lot of people that didn't do it. So for those students that are watching, keep going. Like, don't give up. Whatever you need to do, get your mind right, get your friends to help you. Whatever you need to do, just finish. Because there's a lot of people that didn't do that. Maybe didn't have the opportunity to finish because of whatever. You feel me? So
yeah, I hope you keep that energy. I hope you keep that energy throughout your life. And, the reason why I really wanted to have you guys on the show is because I love y'all. Most of the youth the young men I've been bringing on here, y'all are like family outside of here.
Right.
So, I'm really proud of you. I think you've done things that a lot of people your age were not able to do. And I'm really looking forward to what you're going to do because I think it's going to be bigger than what you know. and we're gonna remember this show from the outside looking in. I'm telling you, I expect great things from you. Now, how you gonna move about that? You're a grown man now, though. We're gonna see how you move.
Right.
All right, you guys. I want to thank you all for joining us for another episode of Let's Talk with Ro. I'll see you guys right here next week, and you guys don't want to miss it. We're gonna have a young lady on here next week, Dakota. And she is already a business owner. She's actually the person that does a lot of the construction work in a lot of my salon locations. I can't wait to see you guys here Monday at 7 p.m. Make it a great night.